Hello students! My plan for this video is to just talk you through what I've already written, save a little time. Okay, so it's a rational function big problem, and we have our function f of x. The first thing we want to do is factor it, and you'll notice that both the numerator and the denominator are what I would call quadratics in disguise, and they both factor into x squared minus 1 times x squared minus 4 and x squared minus 6 times x squared minus 18. And the numerator, I think we're pretty familiar with. Those are both differences of squares, so we can factor x squared minus 1 into x minus 1 times x plus 1, and we can factor x squared minus 4 into x minus 2 times x plus 2. Now the denominator is a little different. When you have x squared minus 6, that's not a difference of squares. You would not typically factor it, but you'll notice what I've done right here is I actually did kind of factor it into x minus square root 6 times x plus square root 6 because I thought it would be easier to do the rest of the parts of the problem that way. And then I took x squared minus 18 and I factored it into x plus square root 18 and x minus square root 18. And of course, later I'm going to show that square root 18 is 3 square root 2. That would be your simplified form of that number. Okay, well, nothing cancels. So we have no holes in this function. And to find the y-intercept, plug in 0 for x. That gives you a 4 over 108, and you reduce that to 1/27. To find the x-intercepts, you're going to set every factor from the numerator equal to 0 and solve, and you get 4 different x-intercepts. And to find the vertical asymptotes, you're going to set every factor from the denominator equal to 0 and solve, and you get 4 different vertical asymptotes. The horizontal asymptote, you're going to look at the ratio of the degree of the top and the bottom. Same degree, not top heavy, not bottom heavy, same degree. And then the ratio of the leading coefficients, 1 over 1, is 1. So we have a horizontal asymptote y equals 1. And then we find our limits. So over on the side here, I found the limits as x approaches infinity and negative infinity are both 1 because, of course, those always match with your horizontal asymptote. And then, oh my goodness, so many limits because we had 4 different vertical asymptotes, and so each one of those has 2 limits. So we have 8 more limits to look at with a lot of signs to analyze. And you might just want to pause the video and look at your work, look at this work, see if you agree with all the signs. And then finally, we're going to put all of that information together and draw the graph. So we have 4 different vertical asymptotes drawn in, and our horizontal asymptote, we have, I think, 4 different x-intercepts plotted and our y-intercept. And then we had to plot a bunch of extra points because we had nothing over here. So I plotted that point, found the point, one down here, found that one over here, one over here. We just find all those points and then use your limits, follow what the limits are telling you to do, and the graph ends up looking like this crazy thing. That's pretty much it.